one of the major rules in mathematics is that you don't leave a radical in the denominator. And I call the denominator the basement all the time. I do upstairs and downstairs, okay? So that 32, root 32, can't stay there. But I would simplify this first. So 10 is 2 times 5, and nothing can come out of the radical. Everybody understand that? So let's leave him alone. But the 32, if you factor him, is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And 32 comes up a lot, so it's 2 to the 5th, so there's 5 2's. Everybody get that? So now I can pull out 2 2's. Everybody remember that from last night? And I have root 10 over, a 4 can come out, and 4 times 3 is 12 root 2. So now I have a radical 2 downstairs, which makes it a little bit easier, okay? Radical 2, to get rid of it, I have to multiply by the radical over the radical. What is radical? What is root 2 over root 2 equal to? 1. So when I multiply something by 1, I don't change its value. What I'm doing is changing its look, okay? Now, look what happens. So we've got root 10 times root 2 is root 20. Everybody see where I got the 20? Mm-hmm. And downstairs, these 2 is root 4, which is a 2. So it's 24. So we're not finished. We got the radical out of the basement, but we need to make sure that the radical 20 can't be simplified. And radical 20, remember the 10 was 2 and 5? And then we added this other 2, so it's 2 times 2 times 5 over 24. And so I can pull a 2 out of that. So that's 2 root 5 over 24. Well, we're still not finished, because 2 over 24 simplifies to 1 over 12. This is your final answer. Okay. So here, if you put that in your calculator and you put this in the calculator, you're going to get the same ugly decimal. And I would check these for sure. That first one was number 1. So now we're going to do number 3. Okay. Can root 6 be simplified? How do you factor root 6? How do you factor a 6? 2 times 3, right? So there's no duplicates, so we leave him alone. Oh, yeah. But 32 can be simplified, and that's going to be 5 root 6 stays there for now. And 4, and we did 32 already, that's 5 2's. Remember I told you it comes up quite a bit. So if you need to factor 32, you just put it off to the side and factor it, and you're going to get that it's 5 2's. And I can pull a 4 out. 2 2's is 4. And 4 times 4 is 16. Did everybody get that? These 2 get pulled out as a 4. So now I have 5 root 6 over 4 times 4. I'm going to change that to a 16. 4 times 4, which is 16, root 2. All right, so when you factor 32, you get 5 2's, and I factored it off to the side there just to prove it. Okay, so now what radical's in the basement? Root 2, right? So now I have 5, and I'm going to go ahead and factor that 6 as 2 times 3, and then I'm going to add the other 2 under there because I'm multiplying it by root 2. And downstairs, what happens? What is root 2 times root 2? Jonah, what is root 2 times root 2? I have a pair of 2's, so I can pull a 2 out. Downstairs, I got 16 times 2 is 32. Upstairs, I get 10 root 3 over 32. All right, so what I would do in my calculator is put 10 over 32 and hit math enter, and you should get 5 over 16 root 3, and that is your final answer. Okay, so radical 5 doesn't simplify. It can't come out of the radical, so let's just leave him alone. And let's look at the 80. We're going to start factoring 80. 2 times 40, 2 times 20, 2 times 10, 2 times 5, right? So we got 4 2's, so it's radical 5 over a 4, and then we've got 4 2's and a 5. Everybody see that? What can I get out of the radical? A 4. So it's going to be radical 5 over 4 times 4, which is 16 radical 5. And this is also easy, because if I put a 1 here, the radical 5's bite the dust. You don't have to do anything. There's one upstairs, one downstairs. They bite the dust. So the answer is 1/16.
Where do you get